Hey everyone, Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. We're going to get into an emotion here we might be struggling with, trying to understand it, and a way to navigate our way through it. So we got sorry. We can look at, I have a different perspective on sorry. There's two different types of sorry, I feel. There's probably a lot of sorries. Sorry in general, to me at least, is like you did something and we really didn't know that we were doing something that was going to affect somebody so much, but it did. And we might carry a lot of regret or guilt for that. And that is felt inside. We can also look at uh, the aspect of it being in a passive aggressive way, or just saying it to try to ease the pain when really we don't give a shit. Uh, both sides are because of the other individual. They are, we're feeling a way because another person's feeling a way. We feel bad because they are upset. And at a time in my life, I would agree that that was a big thing. Like, don't like making people feel bad, whether we, didn't even try to do anything, but it triggered them in some way. And I feel drawn to speak on this idea. It's going to tie into this, but let's look at being in a place where we're continuously worried about what other people think of us, like in like a reputation aspect, or how they view us, or what they think of us, and say that story's wrong. It is continuously wrong, and say we try to chase to validate this, no different than we would do right now. Hey, I didn't mean it that way, and we could be dead honest about that, but someone took it a certain way, or maybe they were in a manipulative place, and this is just a controlling tactic. This has to do with how we perceive other people view us, how they see us. And when you think of like somebody that's really popular in the limelight, or media or entertainment or something along those lines, the amount of people that have eyes on them, and they'd have to walk a life to continuously have people projecting, making stories that aren't true. You'd really have to think, I'd have to walk a walk that uh, enables me to build such, uh, I don't want to say a closed world of myself, but a view of myself, and hold that so strongly through so many hateful comments, ridicule, and projections, gossip that isn't true. And that's a tough walk. We think of it. A lot of people want to be in that spotlight, but then that's like a trade-off right there. So getting back to, I say something and it hurts your feelings because you took it the wrong way. It's not the way that I intended it. But it doesn't matter what I say. It's not going to make it better. I could plead and plead and plead that I didn't mean it that way. But you got triggered, and you made an assumption of me that I'm a bad person, or that I can't believe you would say that to me in my wounded space, or you touched an insecurity of mine, or whatever it's connected to. But I didn't mean that. I was just talking. The triggering was from that individual. That was their feeling. That was their insecurity. No different than if you said something and you hurt my feelings. The opposite here is the truth. The truth is your truth, or my truth. We're a little confused here. If I'm the one that said something and it hurts your feelings, the truth is my truth. No different than that celebrity. Their truth is their truth. That's the only thing that they have. If we fall into everyone else's uh, view of us. It's their truth. We become their truth. That projection takes hold. This is like the magic type of action that people can project the insecurity or the lesser the confidence or that you did this, the gaslighting, all this shit is trying to change your belief of yourself, your truth, your identity, however you want to look at it. This goes the same way with the manipulative individuals that infiltrate the mind and change your truth. This is the only fucking thing you will ever have is your truth, is your belief until something external changes that. If we really look back and again, this is a side note. It's not directly connected to sorry, but it's going with this external and the projection and the belief and the truth of self. If I was building something, I'm all alone and I screw up and I got to redo it or I cover it up or I hide it with a picture or something, it's fine because it's just me. No one saw it. No one could critique it and say, "Oh, he's not very skilled. He doesn't know what he's doing. He should have done it this way." Just like everyone in comments would do if somebody's trying to share a creative project and everyone's going to tell them that they did it wrong or they should have done it this way. If I'm doing that alone, it's fine. It is totally okay because there's nothing out there saying anything to make me feel bad about myself or say that, if they don't even have the effort to do it, but they want to knock you down, all these kind of things. If we're living more for them or are we living for ourselves? Are we constantly in a place to please the others, to change ourselves, to validate their story or to validate our story through them? It's this constant battle. This constant battle to be what they want you to be. And we can change ourselves to their truth or we can be our truth. I don't know how many people suffer from this or deal with this, and it's in every aspect of our life. We can really view it that way. It can be anywhere and everywhere of how we change ourselves to be what they want you to be. So, just going back to that conversation or that argument that we feel bad about, what was true? Was it your truth? Or did their truth overpower your truth? A Three of Swords, a heartbreak. It sounds like it's deeper than what we've already talked about. This is this feeling of maybe we really did do something here that we regret. And did we mean it to be that way? Or maybe we didn't understand it. We didn't understand it yet. Often look at what's done is done. And all we can do is move forward. We can't change the past. And this touches back on, like, if I said something that hurt somebody's feelings, I could try to change anything. I could try to justify and validate it, but it doesn't matter because what they feel is their perspective. It's how it took place. We could try to change it, but it doesn't matter. If we actually did really hurt somebody's feelings and we didn't mean to, you can't help that. That's their own internal struggles here. That's how it pans out. But what is the truth? What is your truth? Did you mean it or not? If you didn't mean it that way that they took it, it is what it is. We can't fix that. And this pressure that I'm feeling over it, uh, is one of our struggles, that I was misunderstood and someone thinks this of me when I didn't mean it that way. So that's something that we have to work on too. We got two parties involved here. Got the person that took it the wrong way, that had their internal struggle or insecurity, whatever it's connected to. And then we have ours of being misunderstood. How can we be okay with being misunderstood? That's a tough walk. The magician, manifesting. I'm looking at this as really focusing on truth. And whatever our truth is, whether it's right or wrong, it is real to us. Our experience will prove it to us. It is real to us. The same is for the other people involved, whether there's one or multiples. It is their truth, and we will prove that. They will prove that through seeking validation, no different than you will. We have to get to a place to really understand why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And sure, we could connect it to guilt or shame or whatever, but what am I what is it trying to show me beyond, I mean, I wanted to say the truth. The Six of Pentacles, generosity. It's really giving that, hey, I try to view myself as a pretty decent person, and uh, everyone's telling me I'm not, or situations are telling me I'm not, or I'm a bad person. And it's really pulling me back to this gaslighting aspect of uh and we can jump to conclusions with that word, that it's like a really negative personality type that does this continuously. But let's just go back to very basic, that we may not even know that we're gaslighting, not us, but like the other person here, uh because it's the wound that's doing it. Their insecurity or their wound is doing it, because that's how they felt, that's how it was perceived. And this may have been a way to deal with pain that they went through at a younger age. So when we grab a hold of this guilt or this shame for someone taking something the wrong way, or that we upset them, or that we hurt their feelings, we're carrying their wound for them. We're supporting their identity of the wound. We are taking that wound and carrying it for them because we were misunderstood, we're taken the wrong way, or because we triggered somebody. No different than uh, that celebrity or the limelight individual that has all these people in these hateful, negative comments to try to knock them down because they're up and we're all down here, and yada yada, uh, hurt people hurt people. So I don't know if I said it, but going back to that card, uh, how can we know our truth? Eight of Cups, spiritual growth. This is seeing things differently. This is evolving, understanding the deeper aspect, and it's not to go into everything and psycho overanalyze every part, maybe if that's what you want to do, but you'll get a headache. Overanalyzing everything. But when we interact with people and we feel something afterwards and we feel bad for our actions, uh, we may seek understanding to justify why we did what we did, why was it bad? Why do we feel bad about it? And we could just point the finger and say, well, they're insecure or whatever, and they're to blame. But what are we carrying that we don't have the whole reason that we feel bad? You know, why would we feel bad if we really didn't do anything that was wrong? Why do we feel that? Were we trained to feel that because someone was exploiting or benefiting of it earlier in our years? And we're just starting to see it now. And there's a pattern through life that this continued. Understanding this, but also walking in our truth and having that truth and not allowing this external to create the truth for us. Constantly looking for answers. Sure as shit don't go to them. You got to find that inside, because their truth is going to be whatever benefits them. It's not you. A Seven of Wands reversed. Lost confidence. This is underneath the Magician. And I wasn't going to say that it was connected here with the Magician, but that's how I was reading this. And we're looking at, it's a hell of a lot easier to manifest negative experiences for ourselves than all the positive ones that we want. Because we're in something. Like if we're having a negative experience, we're really focused on that and we're feeling it, and we keep sending it energy, so it just keeps showing us it. And everybody wants to get to that, the big one where we have all the money and all the love and life's perfect, and we're always in lack up against that because we're not there. So how am I ever going to have this stability in mind, in my mind, and maybe those material things? I keep losing this confidence through this aspect of, look at all the shit I keep dealing with. Look at the pain I still carry. A lot of this keeps validating itself or being reinforced by seeing it the way that we have in the past. And up until now, we have to change this view. And I don't really know what this is 100% connected to. Whether we just hurt someone's feelings, we were working out of a wound and we did something, we misunderstood something, someone misunderstood us, however it's connected. We're still carrying this. And maybe it's one thing and then we get through that and then another one pops up and we carry that, however it's connected. But we're in, I'm calling it a negative space. It's not a great place to be. We don't want to be there, but we don't know how to get out. Why can't I get out of this? And sometimes we can't turn that stuff off. It's in there and it's loud in our head, but it's creating this continuum because we're focusing on it. It's eating us alive, and all it's doing is just proving or validating what we feel inside through the external here. We got two cards here. We got the Devil, self-addictions, and then Temperance reversed, disharmony. The Devil, I heard martyr. Honestly, I don't really know what the definition of that is. I think it's something along the lines like, somebody can correct me, but suffering makes me like a good person kind of thing. I don't know if that's right. Don't hold me to that. But in general, we're looking at being bound to something, justifying that our life is the way it is because of X, Y, or Z. We could look at that as punishment. I did something and I really feel bad about it, so I must suffer. this is my life. This is how it has to be. Well, that belief is going to continuously create disharmony. And uh, we have to see it from a different way. If you really, if you could really expand out, like if you've ever taken the time to think of what happens after death and what really takes place and what this experience is and how many lives you've probably lived and that this is nothing but a blimp on a timeline. Uh, and if we really hone everything down to the idea that uh, I'm here for emotional experiences, growth, understanding, and evolving, uh, none of this really matters, but it does when we're in it because we're living it and our emotions are real and that energy is moving all over the place. And we see this as this is it. This is our life. This is all I got. And why must I be suffering or others are succeeding or vice versa? And I'm not justifying that whatever took place was okay, but there comes a time you have to make peace with it, where you can carry it. You can carry it for as long as you want, but it's keeping you here. We're in a place that maybe we feel like we don't deserve. We're our own worst punisher, our judger, uh, at the end of the day, because that's in here. We have to walk with that. Did you serve your time, your punishment, whatever we want to call it? Did you understand whether it was somebody else taking something the wrong way and we grabbed a hold of that, or we did something wrong and we were working out of a wound? We have to understand that we were in a wounded place and we didn't know any better. We did the best that we could in that wounded place. It's our choice to leave that wounded place or to continuously make those mistakes if that's the case. Uh, no different than that other person or everyone else that has a wound. It is a choice if we are evolving. I don't know if this one makes sense or if it adds up. I'll have to see when I rewatch it, but we're going to leave it there. If it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you need any more help with it, check out oceanprizes.com. I will talk to you all later. See you.